Good evening! Welcome again to all of the Blue Rogues joining us in the audience. As ever, I am the Corundum Cat, picking up with part 18 of our long play of Skies of Arcadia Legends. The bumper I usually do, originally for the second Dreamcast re-release for the Nintendo GameCube. Just wanted to let you all know that you are watching the stream with the best-looking audience on Twitch. I stole that from Mr. New Vegas. I can't even take credit. Almighty Tim, thank you for joining us. And let's see. Two things I want to point out before we jump immediately into the plot. We kind of left immediately before checking back in on Crescent Island after fighting the dread scorpion monster Yeligar underneath Valua. Yes, we are up to part 18 already. Time has flown, considering we're doing this exactly once a week. Yep, 4.5 months of Skies. So it would be an ideal segue if I pointed out that I already have recently, this past week, finally decided on what the next project is going to be. And in the very narrow band of, RPGs from the previous generation that I really enjoyed, that I think need more press, and kind of got missed for one reason or another. Skies of Arcadia is one of them. The Shadow Hearts franchise is the other. Also games that I actually own physical copies of so that I can emulate them legally. Not that I think that would be a problem, but Lord knows these days. When we do wrap with Skies of Arcadia, there's probably going to be this session, maybe 4 more. I would think we're in the rear word of the plot. We have a few more big beats. After that, we're going to be picking up, probably keeping this same time slot, and we'll be breaking out Shadow Hearts Covenant as the next title for the Corundum Cat Plays, which will still have classroom hours, though less about piracy in the Age of Sail, more about the history of European expansionism, First World War technology, battle tactics, and the interwar period between WW1 and WW2, which happens to be the time frame of that game. A much less momentous announcement. I don't think I've pointed out previously. I love that as we get Kerala to renovate Crescent Island, the models on the overworld map actually change to reflect the new design. I don't know if I pointed that out last time. If I did, I'm pointing it out again. But it's one of those little touches that is just absolutely great. Hey, yo, it's Gilder! He just let himself into the command room. Okay. Hey, long time no see. You got yourself a nice little base set up here. It'd be a shame if something happened to it. Gilder? I heard that you sailed around the world. As always, kid, it sounds like you've been trying to get yourself into more trouble. I came here to hear all about your travels, that and for a good meal. Good old Gilder. Pleasure before business. You're pirates. Oh, we got a nice little chicken coop. We have birds of reasonable size. We ain't got that rock or Maria's giant man-eating bird from Doc's boat. That's not so bad. Who did we steal that chandelier from? That's fabulous. And we're just using them as paperweights. We got them out. We're playing a big box strategy game. This is Fantasy Flight up in here. Okay, you know what? Considering the size of our world map, this might be Fantasy Flight. Oh, you went to Yapatoma, into the land of ice, huh? Just listening to your stories makes my adrenaline flow. You can tell I'm very excited. And so in the end, you collected the 5 moon crystals. Nice work. Like, loving that treasure. Just like, oh yeah, I line them all up, I polish them every night. Yep, we got them all! And since all of them are together, I suppose that means Fine will be taking them with her when she heads home soon. A buzzkill Gilder? You know better than that.
Yes.
Actually, there was something that was bothering me from earlier. Ina, where exactly did you come from? I mean, where are you going home to? Okay, the incredibly abrupt change in the background music to the melancholy piano. Wow, she's not having a great time. Fina?
The place to which I must return, the place where both Ramirez and I were born and raised, is the Great Silver Shrine. It is in a place high above the sky.
I thought she was just gonna walk out. Yeah, like, no, you don't talk to me about home. Leaves. The Great Silver Shrine?
Long ago, when the rains of destruction fell upon the lands and most of the world's population was killed.
Yeah, nice of them to just come out and say this. None of this, like, beating around like, oh, civilizations were destroyed. It was a great calamity. No, most of the population died.
All seemed lost. The most powerful Sylvite mages met at the shrine. They combined their energy to send it into the sky, above the destruction. They escaped the horrible fate that fell upon the rest of the world by rising above the destruction. Ever since then, from above, we have sworn to protect the people of this world from the same fate that our ancestors suffered. That is the primary mission of the remaining Sylvites. The Great Silver Shrine is high above the clouds where no ship can reach it. I plan to take the moon crystals back to the Great Silver Shrine, so that no one will ever be able to abuse their power again.
But how are you going to get home?
If I can get back the ship that I came in, then I should be able to make it home. But when I was attacked by Valua, my ship sank beneath the clouds.
Yeah, I remember. We're talking about the ship that you were flying when Alfonso attacked you. It appears we must find another way of getting Fine home. Yeah, we just have to invent space travel.
But if we find a way to get Fina back home, does that mean we'll have to say goodbye? We'll never get to see her again. Lately, I sometimes find myself thinking. I started thinking, if I'm unable to find a way home, that I'll be able to stay here with everyone. I'm sorry, that's so silly of me. My orders were to gather the moon crystals and to return to the Great Silver Shrine with them.
Couple of important notes. Our girl is from space. And we are going to the one place not threatened by Valua. Space! Oh, it's Galcian again. Wonderful. Ramirez, what is the status on the construction of Dangral Island?
Yes, my lord.
The construction of the port is complete, and Deloco's flagship is currently being fitted so that it will be able to submerge into deep sky. I've also received word that the elevator leading to the bottom of deep sky has been completed as well. Excellent. The time grows near. Soon the foolish Empress and the rest of the people of the world will bow before my might. No, not just the people. The people, and even those revered moons, soon they will all be in my grasp. The people, the lands, and even the moons, they will belong to me. You shall reign supreme, Lord Galcian. Tomorrow morning I will leave for Dangral. I wish to oversee the final stages of the construction myself. And tell the other admirals to assemble at Dangral. I wish to know where they stand. Yes, Lord Galcian. I walk the path of death and destruction. I know you are a Sylvite. If you wish to change your mind, now is the time. I chose long ago to walk the path that you walk upon, Lord Galcian. I shall forever be at your side. And I will cut down any of those that block our path. It is my duty. It is my purpose. Also, everybody's getting a Sylvite, girlfriend or boyfriend, right? They got. It's like, oh, who's got big protagonist energy? We're hooking up with them. Vice's room is redecorated since it switched over to the Yapatoman lodging. I don't know why we have a black pirate flag. I'm gonna say that that's a trophy. Like, we stole that from Baltor way back when, and just kind of kept it. Enrique's room is, still great college dorm style. That Yapatoman wall scroll, that's smut, right? Like, Mogi, was giggling and, drawing it up for him. It's like, oh yeah, no, it's an old blessing upon your house. Vice, now that we can go higher and lower than we ever have before, we can explore all of the places we haven't been yet. subtle little note to the player that, hey, if you haven't been knocking out discoveries really heavily, now's a pretty good time to do it. Hi, Fina. How's it going? You all right?
We finally gathered all of the moon crystals. My mission is finally over. Thank you for all your help.
Yeah, she's just gonna be in a little bit of a sulk. Yeah. Okay. So we can just leave on the Delphinus. I am not sure if we have to go back to the conference room to trigger the next strategy session of, okay, so how are we getting into space? We can do one more upgrade for Khalifa's tent. 1,000 gold is nothing. Make this place look great. I love the Yapatoman design. We're putting it to really good use here. And as ever, we will check in with the vendors after making, because getting new crystals is usually the break points for their inventories. Items galore. And we're rich. Little more sacrum. Okay, yeah, that's largely the same. And looks like that's actually That's a decent item. We're gonna get Enrique a very fine hat. He too is an air pirate. And he can't have the captain's hat. That's ours. Let's see, we've gathered up most... Let's have a quick look, see how many crew slots are missing. We've got... Oh, okay, yeah, actually, I do... We have exactly 3 NPCs that we haven't recruited. The sailor I know is Polly's husband, who we have continued to leave stranded in the dark rift. Should we go get him? Chat, should we just get him before we hit the next dungeon? Probably. So I'm still thinking about it. The other jester is the Ixatakan tavern dancer, and I don't know. It's something about we have to like find her letter in a bottle to recruit her. And the other artisan, I think, is, if I'm recalling correctly, he's like some crazy hermit mage who lives up in high altitude space. But for the life of me, I don't remember where in the particulars in the world that he is. You know what? We'll at least get, the poor guy out of the Dark Rift. I'll exile down to Beast Island out there. Wait, there's a panda living in the pool. How did it... I should have noticed that earlier. There's a darn panda living in our pool. Man, how are we gonna get fresh water? Why am I asking this guy? No? Okay, no strategy, no automatic strategy meeting? Okay. Well, everybody's headed to Dangral Island, eventually. Oh, right. Oh, I was not aware that Domingo keeps giving us loot as we find more discoveries. That's fun. Another one of those little features which they never advertise, but here we are. Okay, well, I guess we're caught up here. Something will probably trigger in flight. So let's get back to the Delphinus. After I check out this after I check out this panda. Was I saying penguin previously? I hope not. I wouldn't mind a penguin, though. I'd eat it. Yeah? Everyone's just okay with this? Buddy, you ain't got much bamboo. You better make that last. It's not native to this environment. Why don't we have... Why does the fence stop? Also, why is it a little split rail wood fence the only thing keeping you from plunging out of time and mind and existence into the crushing, terrible depths of deep sky? Which always sounds like an oxymoron, but no, it's cool. What up, birds? Yeah, we get fresh eggs. How did it get here? Oh! Oh! Okay, how did it get here? No, the creepy dude hanging out, Pinta! He was like, hey, yo, we found an island full of exotic animals. Do you want a mask? Do you want an exotic animal for the base? It was like, oh, bring us something cute. Apparently, the panda is his idea of cute. Do you like the little animals I caught for you? It's not a little animal, it's bigger than you are. How did you... Why? I have so many questions. You know what? They're perfect. What am I going to do with it? Can we eat it? Also, that's... that the glyph on the wall there. That's just the stylized Emil face from near. You can't tell me otherwise, right? I don't know. Maybe I'm the only one who sees it. It's gonna haunt my dreams. Anyway, we got a boat. And a fire pole somewhere, if I remember where it is. God, she just looks so good. Love those lines. She looks fast, even at anchor. And I really appreciate that. I like that a lot. Hey, Vice. Thanks for the food yesterday. It was delicious. Oh, Gilder, you're leaving already? Yeah, I need to get going. But before I go, I have some news for you. I found out some information about the Armada's latest project. I just heard about this the other day. It appears that Valo has begun advancing to the lower altitudes. I heard that north of Pirate Isle, somewhere beneath the clouds, they're building a base on Dangral Island. Okay, hang on. I'm actually writing. I am pen and paper writing down a note because we're gonna take a little detour, and I don't want to forget where Dangral Island is. North of Pirate Isle. Low altitude. It'll be easy enough to find once we're in the area. It's not hard to explore low altitude, but okay. God, I'm going to be breaking out graph paper next and trying to manually chart dungeons. What year is this? 2000? It's just a rumor. I heard that they're building a ship that can get into deep sky. Deep sky? Metal Gear? Yeah, beneath the thick layer of clouds, immersed in total darkness, there is a bottom of the world. Its turtles all the way down. No one has ever seen what's below the clouds. Some people say that it's completely dead. Well, it's not getting any sunlight, so like... What could they be looking for, Dan? The same thing you are, Dingus. They're looking for Fine's boat. I don't know. But Fine's ship sank beneath the clouds, right? You're right. That must be what they're after. Thanks, Gilder. We'll go check it out. Yeah, you don't need to thank me. Good luck, Vice. I'm just gonna stop in for a meal every once in a while. You know. You can't afford the rate at Gordo's. Tried to sell me 4,000 gold for a hog's head. I like that we can, that we have our own, we have our own vendors now. Very helpful. Still tempted by the chandelier. Doesn't help us in any way whatsoever, but... Complete kits are so cheap. Why wouldn't I have some of those? Rudder grease. That's new. Slows the rate of spirit consumption. Okay, well, if attacks just take less spirit, we could use more, like, the subcannons more regularly. Okay. And machine oil, doubling the rate of spirit restoration. You know, again, that's pretty useful. I think it stacks with the focus action as well. So, okay, cool. Put some money into the local economy. I mean, they work for me. Why not? Is this a pyramid scheme? Is this a pirate scheme? Is this a pyramid scheme run by pirates? Questions for later. Okay. You know, because if I don't do it now, things after we visit Dangral, things are going to kind of heat up and get weird. So while I'm actively thinking about it, we are going to put Polly into the active slot for our cook. We are going to ascend to a comically high altitude. We're going to head back over to Esperanza and head back into the Dark Rift very briefly to try and find Polly's husband. Because otherwise, I'm going to leave him there for the whole game. Which is, you know, funny, but kind of cruel. Also, is there a high altitude discovery for the top of Mount Kazai? It feels like there should be. Oh. Oh! Well, not a discovery, but if we ever wanted to go back into that terrible dungeon, we could. I don't. But that's good to know. I had no idea. You know, I think we can revisit the Glacius dungeon as well from below. Like, going below the glacier and rising up into it. I think there's actually, like, something... There's, like, some hidden items there that we can get. I don't know. Worth looking into. Map. How do I get to Esperanza from here? Or the entrance to the Dark Rift. That's going to be southwest. And we'll have, you know, a perfectly safe, sedate flight. There are no high-altitude monsters randomly flying around. Giant birds are a myth. Where did these giant eggs come from? No one knows. Actually, I think we have accounted for the ship battles that are overworld. Like, there's still... There's like naval fights hither and thither, but I'm pretty sure the giant bug, Dreamcatcher looking terrible stick bug monster in the Lands of Ice and the Rock are the only ones that we need to worry about. Okay, yep. Going good. As long as I don't head fake myself and turn off the vector we're on. Skytrain. There's Esperanza. And I think this will be... Yep, okay. Straight not due south. And I'm getting good at navigating this world. This should take us right to the entrance of the Dark Rift. For a brief rejoinder. Ah, Super Gruder, my old friend. They don't even want to fight. I'm pretty sure Aika's second fire attack would probably clear the board. She was mostly able to do that on our first trip through the Dark Rift, and she's only gotten stronger. Though that does occur to me on one of these fights, I do want to show off the other ultimate move because we used Prophecy against evil Aika and evil Aika, evil Fine, and evil Vice. And that is one of the two ultimate moves with the full spirit gauge. So it's one of those, like, if you're in a serious fight, you're going to use Prophecy because it objectively does the most damage possible in the game, and there's not really a reason to use the Blue Rogue's attack. But I feel like I, as your captain, would be remiss if I didn't show off the Blue Rogues in totality. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, we will put on the white map to decrease the, random encounter rate. and be continually disappointed that it really doesn't do that much. But shaves maybe 10% off it. Who knows? And it's good to know the Dark Rift is as creepy as ever. Now, side question. Am I going to be able to find the guy? Because we did several false starts on our previous trip here. Probably. Maybe not. Okay, this looks right. So, one of those is the real exit, one of those is the fake exit. That is the Black Moonstone directly ahead of us. And I think what we missed last time, yes, there is another path which is hidden behind us when we come in. Pretty sure this will be the segment that we want. Or it'll be terribly turned around. And look, we'll put in 15 minutes, we'll try to rescue the guy. If we can't find him, you know, Polly can remarry. There's plenty of eligible bachelors. Oh yeah, Ica can be clear and shopping here.
That was easy.
That sword looks impractical. It looks like it would break the first time someone parried it. Anyway, maybe, hey, well, maybe we got a little dungeon camp combat. Maybe we'll get a free moonberry or two. I think we kind of fell behind on some of our super move uptake. I mean, we've got Pirate's Wrath, which is the most important one, but still. Alright, which of these are treasure chests? I think we got it. Yeah, it's inhabited. Alright. Yo, crazy dude. Ragged old man. Screaming about his lost volleyball. Sir? Are you alright? Did you get shipwrecked? Yes, he's living in a shipwreck, Vice. Yes, he got shipwrecked in here. Hey, I'm Vice, a Blue Air pirate. What's your name? I don't know. Huh? I don't remember any name more than I can't remember my crewmate's name. Yeah,
It appears that he has amnesia. Poor man. The shock of being shipwrecked must have been devastating.
Well, and he's been stuck alone in Nightmare Sky for how many years? I wonder where he's from. Oh, it's you. Oh, thank the moons I found you. Your hair is a little longer than before and you're going to bed now, but I know it's you. I'd never forget you. You're my husband, Robinson. As in Robinson Crusoe. 2 syllables, not Caruso. Crusoe. Robinson. Is that my name? Yeah, that's right. It's me, Polly. Don't you remember me? And I've been waiting to you for 4 years. 4 years. Maybe 4, maybe more. Polly. What a ragged reaction shot we got there. Huh? Wait, Robin, son, Polly, and yes, yes, yes. My name is Robinson, and I remember my wife, Polly, and my daughter Anne.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, I remember now. Oh, Polly, I'm so sorry. You must have been so worried. I'm so sorry that I left you alone for so long.
I never let you go again.
Well, you gotta join the crew now, or we're leaving her. Nor will I. But it seems like you're a lot more woman than when I last... Dude! Whoa, should we be here for this? Kids, head back to the boat. Shore leave.
You haven't seen me in years, and that's all you have to say to me?
Your name was Vice, right? I thank you from the bottom of my heart. Because of you, I have been reunited with Polly, and regained the powers of erudition. Polly tells me that she's a member of your crew now. I would like to go with Polly. Could I come aboard your ship as a member of your crew? Yeah, of course, we can always use more help. Shave that beard. I'm not in the best of shape, but I still remember how to sail. I can at least do that much for you. Okay, alright. Now that won't be...
Oh, he's got fish, he's got debris, he's got a little fire going, he has a treasure chest.
Yeah! Okay, you know what? I would have come here just for the moonberry. Yo, Polly, no, glad we found the guy. Let me tell you about super moons. I think we can use some of that. Let's see what we got. What we got. Vice is capped out. We have 2. Okay, we need at least 3 for Fina's super. Enrique likewise, and a mirror-like aura that envelops Aika for 1 turn and restores 10 MP. That's terrible. Yeah. Okay. Well, now we're banking those. Sorry, Aika. That's a really subpar ability. Okay. Well, now we can just pick corridors at random, because either we'll get the false exit, which will put us back into Esperanza, or we'll get the real exit now that the big blobfish is gone, and it'll dump us back in Yafatomi airspace. Either way, we are done with the rift. And we've done a good deed. You know, we're not just saving the world, we're saving people. And I guess since this technically counts as a dungeon, from the classroom hours last session, I left off talking about the age of galleys, war galleys in particular, which is kind of like the longest serving classification of naval vessel, going from like ancient Greece, like Minoan Greece, to wow, the 17th century, the Ottoman Empire. So thousands and thousands of years. Anyway, you know what? Hey, we got a moonberry. I'm going to celebrate a little bit. We're going to take we're just going to do a few rounds. Everybody's going to focus. Hopefully the wildlife does not turn us into stone or anything silly like that. And we're going to celebrate Robinson joining the crew by bringing everybody on deck to help us beat up these random animals. This is it's a team building exercise, yeah. It will be very funny if we counterattack all of them in the meantime. But, you know, we're going to try. This is sort of the thing with, like, it's cool that there is the massive super move, the full spirit bar, but it's difficult enough to charge that up. that it's really seldom practical. Because even if you're going to be defending, man, we're going to counterattack them. Okay, I can already see that this is not going to, this is not going to be the fight to do that. We'll try again with with tougher enemies or ones where most of them are not going to run away. But yeah, the only real way to boost Spirit otherwise, Drachma has Spirit Charge when the limited time he's in the party, which you don't have Prophecy or Blue Rogue's attack. Otherwise, it's using one of the 2 or 3 consumable items, the Aura of Valor, and we've already used one, so. Okay, yep, and this is the quote wrong path, but that's fine because we wanted to be leaving the Dark Rift anyway. Okay. Descending. And from here, we are now looking for this somewhere between like Shrine Island and Pirate Island at low altitude should be the Naval Research Facility of Dangral Island. And we will be meeting up again with our old friend Admiral Deloco, captain of the Invincible and Ever-Changing Chameleon. Maybe he'll beat us this time. I don't know. I do know. He's not. But what was I saying? Oh, galleys. Okay. Definition of a galley, ship, usually only one interior deck, 1 or 2 masts, but the defining factor is that they are driven predominantly by oars, or that they can be driven predominantly by oars. Not true of like tall sailing ships, but for the Mediterranean, for a very long segment of history, that's just how it works. That is that is how you are getting around. And for the longest period of time, the way that you fought opposing navies of galley was you rowed at them really fast and you rammed them with the front of it, hopefully shearing oars off of their ship with the bow of yours, pinning them in place, and then boarding Marines going at it. Oh, I don't like the look of that vortex. I don't like that at all. That's... Okay, yep. Ooh, the flying machine. It's not doing a very good job. An odd-looking ship whose origins remain a complete mystery. The fluid design and strange metals used in its hull have led to theories of a ship built on another world, and some even go so far as to say that it traveled through areas without air. That's an open-top terrestrial ocean. That's an oceanic ship. What is it doing in Arcadia? How did it get here? Okay, so that's an ominous vortex. Dangral is around here, so there's only so many. Okay, yeah, I see a I see a superstructure built in. This looks like Deloco's work. If I had to guess. But yeah, no. Galley warfare, pretty straightforward. Disable, pin, ram, split in half, or disgorge Marines. Well, once cannons become a thing, they start putting cannons on the bows of galleys as opposed to the ram. And it's still forward-facing firepower, just a bit longer range. That is that will endure for quite a while, up to and including combat against the earliest iterations of the United States Marines when adopted by the Barbary Corsairs, some of the latest Western Hemisphere piracy, and the limited amount that the U.S. Navy has actually fought against directly. In antiquity, anyway. We're still fighting pirates, just it's a lot less glamorous. Admirals of the Valuin Armada. How did you all get here? We're at low altitude. I have urgent news that affects all of you.
Ho-ho! Words of wisdom from the Grand Admiral himself. Please, enlighten us.
From this day forth, the Armada will no longer be under the Empress' control. This is a coup. You start by saying this is a coup. Those that do not wish to walk this path that I have chosen, leave now. Those that wish to hear my plans, stay.
What? What is this?
Admiral, you know what you are saying.
Have you gone insane, Galcian? Are you rebelling against the Empress? I have to fix my hair. I'm so ruffled.
Fear not, Alfonso. I still have my wits about me. I am following my own path. It's your decision whether or not you wish to follow me.
So, Galcian finally shows his true intentions. Those words are treasonous. The punishment is death. Ramirez? He's like, hey yo, draw it, son. If you speak in that manner again, I shall cleave you in two. What? What do you mean? Oh, he's got a little nervous wiggle. Oh, that's so cute.
Wait, Ramirez. There is no need for you to waste your energy on this realm. What about the rest of you? Will you follow me?
Location.
That doesn't make any difference to me. As long as I get to fight, I don't care who's in charge.
I will stay in the Armada as well. I still haven't finished building the ship that can go into deep sky. So if I stay in the Armada, I'll probably get to fight Vice again.
Gregorio is the only honest man in any room in this game, so... Gregorio, what will you do? Rodgasia, what is your goal? I do not think you are seeking the Imperial throne. What is it you want? You are correct. That is not my goal. I want more power. More control than Valua has ever had. That is all I will say for now. Rodgasia, just what are you up to?
This seems like an ideal time to attack this military facility, while it is filled by the entire general staff of the Valuan Armada. Like all six fleets in one place. Like, I'm confident we can take Alfonso in a fight, and Deloco looks like you could knock him over with one punch. Oh, this can't be safe. God, this place is an OSHA violation waiting to happen. They just got a spinning fan. Oh yeah, we got a borehole at the bottom of a, railless narrow metal catwalk by the open ladder open to the sky. Underneath cloud glare, so it's definitely raining into here. Huh, I can hear someone talking. Oh, are we in the vents? Have we gone full Snake Eater?
Moon energy system operating within normal parameters. Power supply to the entire base is flowing smoothly. Okay, the inspection for this area is done. Let's go to the next one.
I think that's the control area for the base's power.
Ah, camera! Why do you do this to me? Okay, okay. Oh, no, we ain't running through no fans. Oh, they're gonna taunt me with treasure chests. Thank goodness we have the mini map. Oh, okay, I get it. We're in the vents above. We're in the vents above a bunch of storage rooms. Hey, did you hear? Lord Galshin's building a new top-secret flagship. It'll probably be more powerful than his old ship, the Serpent. I swear, that Lord Galshin really is something. You know that Lord Galshin has never been defeated in battle? He's a military genius. I heard that he's shredded, that Lord Galshin has an 8-pack. Wow, there is so much loot on the floor below us, they just keep rubbing our noses in it. Okay, but this is the power room that we were directly above. I'm sure nothing bad will happen to this facility if we cut the power. Oh, you know what? This will probably turn off the fan that was in the next the next connecting corridor. Yeah, there we go. And then there was another ladder, which would put us down to ideally the entrance to all of these like storerooms that we've been walking on top of. So we can loot this place blind. Elite guards? Hey, what are you guys doing in the vents? Also, how do you feel about Furious Cutlasses? Let's find out. No, sir, they don't like them. We'll have to give the next one to Enrique. Make sure that he has the blood of his countrymen on his sword. There's no such thing as halfway crooks. Also, don't attack Fina? How rude is that? You know what? Cube will turn him to stone. I don't even care. Now you can't leave. Wait, this is more dropping of eaves. So these were the schematics that Lord Deloco designed. With his new design, the ship is supposed to be able to fly in the deep sky. That's what I heard. Well, it's not like I can understand, like, oh, no, it all looks like scribbles to me. Well, I heard that Lord Deloco was going to take Lord Gauss to look around the Chameleon today. Well, if they see us slacking off here, we're done for. Let's get out of here. So yeah, of course, Deloco would not build like a custom, you know, a custom hull purpose-built for exploring deep sky. He's just going to upgrade the invincible and ever-changing Chameleon again. And I respect his commitment to the bit. I mean, I'm constantly hunting for upgrades to the Delphinus, but I don't keep losing ship battles. Oh no! Very helpful mini-map has been placed with much less intuitive one. But okay, that's okay. Locked on the other side. This is about the right to be the series of like storage rooms. If this is a tiny room with a chest in it. Oh, okay. This is the wing. This is the wing of the vaults. Yeah, and then there's one north and south. Okay, let's get looting. How many elite guards and Sylvan Banes are in here? That's the question. That's a lot of elite guards. Don't know about the Sylvan Banes though. Poison gas! We're in a closed room, man! We're in a sword fight! Okay, wow. I remember our first exploration of the surface of the Great Seal in Valua, you know, over the Maw of Tardis, and it was like, oh, the beat cops are throwing grenades. Man, Valua's a rough town. They're crazy. I mean, you know, commitment to the bit. Very good use of healing from the Valen moves there. I will say, I appreciate, as much as I will complain about it whenever they manage to heal, you know, in combat, the elite guards in particular, I do like that this is a rare game where the baddies do have access, like, to semi-regular healing. Like, yeah, Valua gives their soldiers, you know, the healing crystals. They're super cheap. And I appreciate that. Oh, okay, that was an empty room. Okay, I'm gonna be so obnoxious. I'm probably gonna heal before opening every one of these, because I know there's a Sylvan Bane hanging out in here. There's just going to be. They don't put this many treasure chests in a row, you know. Imperial Blade is probably for Enrique. Let's find out. It sure is. That is a... Ooh, Silence. That's a... Yeah, all of his weapons have status effects, don't they? Yeah, little, you know, 13 attack points, but still an upgrade. We'll take it. It's free. It means that Valua isn't swinging it at us. More moonberries. Get me some more of those. Yes, please. Man, piracy is just super effective. What? Cool. We have definitely upgraded from random mook elite guards with about 600 hit points to scary face spike covered murder robots. You ever wonder if we're on the wrong side of this war? Like, don't get Value are the bad guys, but are they really the bad guys? Because oh yeah, that's a sturdy robot. Oh, they've got guns! Okay, you know what? I'm sure that we've got plenty of health. These are foes worthy of unleashing the full might of the Blue Rogues. So we're gonna soak some hits for a couple rounds. We're gonna focus up to a full bar, and we will, as I have been promising, show off that super attack. In the meantime, it's a dungeon hours. That means dungeon classroom. That could go a couple different directions, couldn't it? Trivia for the moment, and let's see. We have some. We do have some questions from interested crew members. One of which I'm very happy with. Is John Paul Jones a pirate? That is a song by the Longest Johns. For anyone who's familiar with the inimitable shanty singers of Sea of Thieves. Is John Paul Jones a pirate? Yes, according to the British. John Paul Jones, father of the American Navy. Hero of the Revolution. And obviously the British are going to be a little bit upset about his military service. But is he an honorless pirate, as the song suggests? Well, hold that thought. Bar is full, crew super move. We could drop a moon on the entire facility. We could just end it right here. Blue Rogues, attack. Okay, that's very fun to show off. That's probably the only time this ever going to happen. I might use it in the final battle sequences on general principle. But yeah, it is for every crew slot you have filled, it does more damage, and it does it buffs the party, it removes debuffs, it will res anyone who is down, it heals everyone, and it's just, generally stylish, which is why we do things. Back to Jean Paul Jones. So, a man's spent his whole life at sea. I think, as a young teenager, that he sailed for the British. He was involved in the abominable trade of the transatlantic slave trade at the time, before being outlawed by the British Crown. Not his fault that that was going on, though, always a black mark to have sailed with slave ships. And he was a rank sailor. I think he rose to midshipman, maybe, under the British flag. And what do we got here? Oh, just another quartet of guards. It's like, dudes, you left murder robots in the next room. Are you hiding from them? Is that why you guys are in here? We'll see how fireworks, Scarecrow. So yeah, John Paul Jones sails for the British for several years. He gets into what I believe is what he reports as a mutinous subordinate, like an able seaman or a rank sailor underneath him when he is, again, I think he might be a midshipman, but he kills a man. That he kills one of his crewmates. This is not disputed, and it is. He reports it as like, oh, it was a mutiny attempt that he put down. I guess some of the other sailors aboard reported that it was in a dispute over pay. So he killed a crewmate over money, and then flees the Navy. While they are in the Caribbean, Tobago, Trinidad and Tobago, to dodge a murder rap under the British Admiralty, and there is a straight up to be continued style time skip. I think about a year and a half, where he hides out in Tobago before having to. Flee again, because it's, there's still British control in the area, and there's still, I don't know if there was a price in his head, but there was at least a warrant. So he leaves, and he goes to where he knows that they will take an experienced sailor without looking too closely at any possible capital crimes. Virginia, the colonies. And he joins the Continental Navy because, hey, he has sailing experience. Maybe he killed a British sailor, but there's a revolution brewing, and it turns out they're going to be attempting to kill lots of British sailors as a matter of, national interest. Jones, I want to say, his ship is the Ranger. Under the sailing for the Continental Navy of the time, and he is mostly a privateer. He attacks British shipping interests, British merchantmen, civilian vessels. There's a war on. A sentry. I don't like that. We're going to start with that. I bet they either really like electricity or they won't like electricity at all. Let's find out. Sentry's not so tough. We can work with that, unless I heals it with lightning. But this is where the British understanding. Yeah, it's immune. Okay, fair. It's a robot powered by the yellow moon. But this is where the British understanding of John Paul Jones as a pirate comes from, is that he is a serving privateer for the Continental Army. Now, the British would say that the colonies had no right to be granting. I wasn't expecting it to be immune to cutlasses. Is it because I have a yellow sword equipped? We can test that theory easily enough, because Enrique has a red blade. Yeah, we'll hit him with something else. Not enough for. Okay, yeah, let's put Vice just for the moment on silver. Let's try attacking that sentry again. Ica and Fina can focus a little more, and we'll hit him with the big stuff next time as needed. But no, the British Navy would suggest that the colonies in rebellion cannot lawfully grant a letter of marque, as we have discussed in many much further back previous episodes, like episode 2 or 3. And therefore, John Paul Jones is not a licensed privateer of the Continental Navy, because there is no such thing. He is a honorless pirate. Not helping the fact that he was, a British sailor initially. And the Reign of Swords. So, further after the Revolution, where he serves with a reasonable amount of distinction, he is left without a commission in the Continental Navy because there's very much an adjustment period of figuring out how much of a standing military is the newly christened United States of America going to have. And the Navy at the time was mechanically, technically, very advanced. High, relatively high speed, very thick-hulled, big gun-packing schooners like the Constitution. Beautiful ships. The idea being that because they were always guaranteed to be outnumbered by the British fleet for any future warfare, that we were going to have the best boats individually as possible, and we could afford, we couldn't afford a large navy, but we could afford a good one of smaller size, just with as really solid vessels. There is not room for John Paul Jones at that time to have a standing commission, despite his as good a reputation as a privateer is going to have during the war. So he actually then sails for yet another navy. He jumps across the pond, he goes to the other side of Europe, and he joins the Imperial Russian Navy, sailing for the Tsar. And I forget which Tsar it would be during that particular period of time. But yeah, the Russian Navy. And he serves them long enough to be a rear admiral, and has some notable accomplishments there. He ends up. Ooh, hang on. Oh, we're in Deloco. This is the Chameleon. We're in Deloco's dry dock. Can I just plant a bomb? Tell me I can sabotage it while I'm here.
Well, these must be the plans for the ship that Gilder was talking about. I think you're right, Aika.
All the specs. And the hull to the engine. They're all written here.
This ship is Admiral Deloco's ship, the Chameleon. It appears that this ship is being modified according to these plans.
Well, now that we have this, we might be able to get to deep sky. We've gotten what we came for. Let's get out of here.
We are currently strengthening the walls of the bridge.
Increase the speed of the construction. Finish it within the week. Deloco, about your operational security. Well, what do we have here? This time I will be sure to dispose of you all permanently. Oh no, he's going to slow walk at us again. Quickly, find a train. Okay, can we just take the elevator back up? If I'm remembering correctly, there's actually a second visit to Dangral Island. Yeah, when they finish this terrible contraption. For now, I believe we are good with our pillaging. So let's head out the way we came in, if I can remember the twists and turns. Provided, Galcian doesn't, do anything to stop us. I can take him in a fight. How tough can he be? With his dumb shoulder pads. It's like, yeah, I said it, Galcian, your fashion sense is bad, and you should feel bad. This is not the way we came, but I am. Nope, same elevator shaft. Okay, other end of the hallway. Back out. Stop, air pirate! Yeah, we doing this? We doing this with Skin? You didn't even bring Ramirez? Hey, yo! I can take him. It looks like we meet again. Galcian! Not only once, but twice you escaped from the Grand Fortress. Very impressive. But my sword weighs more than your upper body. I do not think you will escape a third time. Galcian, what is Valor planning to do by building a place like this? If it isn't the little prince. Whatever Valor does, your highness, is no longer any of your concern, if I'm not mistaken. Hey, yo, by the way, shout out, read Le Petit Prince, The Little Prince by Saint-Exupéry. One of the most formative novels of my childhood. It's short, it's beautiful, it's poignant, and it deals with the rise of fascism. Always useful information. You are the one who threw away your responsibilities and sided with these pirates. I did not throw away my responsibilities. I am working to rebuild the Empire. It matters not to me. I have no interest in Valor anymore. Oh, you're retiring. Great, I shall dispose of you here, once and for all. This is great. All the people to get caught by. Dude, fight him! He ain't so tough. He ain't hard. Vice! Behind you! It has been a while, Prince Enrique. Kagoyo! How ironic that fate has led us both here to pit sword against sword with each other. Firstly, that's a spear. Do not worry. I am not here to fight you. Galcian, on the other hand. What? What are you doing? Gregorio, you understand the consequences of your actions. But with Galcian, it appears that you do not understand the consequences of your actions. You wish to revive the ancient ores and use them to make the world yours. I cannot sit back and watch you destroy the world. What are you doing? Prince, you spoke the truth when we last met at Esperanza. The Empire has chosen the wrong path. You and Vice are the only ones that can stop the Armada. Thanks for stealing that prototype, by the way. That would have been very helpful. Prince Onike, let my last act be in your honor. Yeet! Why? I will hold him off. Escape while you can.
We'll help you fight him. It's 5-on-1. We got magic and stuff. We'll bring the whole crew down here. We beat up those robots.
You must not take Cassian lightly. He is more powerful than you can imagine. And this is a military base of the Armada. If you don't escape soon, we will all be surrounded. If you die here, the world will be doomed. Go, and last hopes lie with you, young prince. I earned the nickname Iron Wall Admiral. I won't let him pass me. I will be able to die defending. I cannot ask for a higher honor.
Wait! Don't do this!
Young prince, Captain Weiss, please, you must stop Galcian. You are our last hope.
Farewell.
Farewell.
No! I'm not even gonna crack jokes. Gregorio is going out like a boss, on his own terms.
Gregorio, have you made your peace? I am ready to die, Lord Galcian, but I shall die defending my people against the tyrant.
Dude's super cool. I like him. He was too good for Valua. So's Enrique. But yeah, we got a from that last level. We're starting with 11 spirit points. That's nice. Always good when that creeps a little bit higher. But yeah, summing up from the from the last, the reputation. You know, if there's a reputation from John Paul Jones, it is because that he sails for like three different national navies during his time, and he dies at 45, so he doesn't live super long. And he just manages to work for most of the navies of the world in those years, which okay, that was a little bit more acceptable at the time. You didn't get a commission in one navy, you went to another. They tend to frown on that these days. But no, that is why the longest Johns, why the British would tell you that John Paul Jones is an honest pirate. I don't know if I personally agree or not, though it is suggested that in that 18-month time skip, as it were, when he eventually goes from Tobago to Virginia, that he may have in fact engaged in just straight-up piracy during that time. I mean, what's a combat sailor doing for a year and a half in Trinidad after they've just fled the British Admiralty, dodging a murder rap? Piracy seems honestly fairly likely. That's going to be on the short list of possible activities. But I wasn't there, I couldn't tell you. And there is a lacking historical record, only that he then appears in Virginia to become a privateer. Okay, and we're working. Yeah, all right. We are working on a red. I was gonna say, Finest doesn't have like the full field fire attack, which I was a little surprised, but she'll get there. Also, I don't know if there's a.
I don't recall if there's a proper boss fight waiting for us at the exit, but I'm going to put on my captain's hat in case there is. How they gonna know I'm the captain if I don't have the hat? They don't. Oh, that's cool. The engine up here is turned off as well because we cut power to the facility. Oh, no, I guess we're getting away scot-free. You know, Galson, interrupt this. I would have loved to plant a bomb on the chameleon. I guess that's more Gilder's shtick than ours. Still, we'll get him next time. Everybody remember where we parked? Whoop, 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 whoop.
Gregorio, you are like family to me.
Galcian, what's going on? Send him back to Valois, and make sure his body is well taken care of. It is worth more than your life. Yes, Lord Galcian. Gregorio, you were always the kind to be the last to stay on a sinking ship. Okay, well, theft completed. We got Deloco's schematics. And do I want to try and find the Ixnus demons again? No, let's head back to Sailor's Isle. Or excuse me, let's head back to Crescent Isle and get the low altitude upgrades made to the Delphinus, because we're turning our awesome all altitude ship into a submarine. Kind of. Subatmospheric? I think that's probably more accurate. It sounds so weird though. Anyway, new engine. We stole it. We stole the plans for it. We're building it ourselves, which is new for us. Northeast. Due northeast. Oh yeah, no. This is going to become Das Boot. Like that's our next crawl. Is descending below the lowest clouds to the very surface of Arcadia, and let me tell you, it's a lively one. Also, TJ, thank you for joining us. Hey, yo, crazy engineers. Terrifying old man, get your eyebrows busy.
What's this? These are plans to enable a ship to enter deep sky. That's where I left my teeth.
We can use these plans to modify the Delphinus? Is it going to cost us another 100 grand?
Darn tootin', but it'll take me some time. I can't wait to get started. I can have it done in 10 days.
Good. If anyone can do it, it's you. You know, dude, you can take a full 2 weeks. You can say 2 weeks. I don't want this. We're the first people doing this. I don't want this done on the cheap or the fast. Modifications to the Delphinus began on that day. We needed 10 days to finish our preparations. Crescent Isle began to bustle with activity. I mean, you say they need a union, and I support union labor in pretty much all fields. But like, we let them set their own price. They asked for 100 grand, they got 100 grand. We're not cutting corners here, you know? We're not banging rocks together. We know how to build a secret pirate base. Using the blueprints that we took from Valua, Brabham was hard at work rebuilding the engine of the Delphins. I can't wait to see what lies in deep sky with my own eyes. Terror's vice, and all the bodies of everyone who fell off any island. Far beneath the great blue sky, beneath the clouds, I can already imagine the atmospheric pressure must be high. We must reinforce the Delphinus hull to make sure that it doesn't collapse under the pressure. Add storm shutters, get an awesome, submersible thing, get some hazard lights. Install depth charge launchers before the Germans do. Ever since that day, Enrique has begun to spend more and more time by himself. Looking back, losing Gregorio must have been the hardest thing Enrique has ever faced. And then, on the 10th day, night fell in Crescent Isle. I remember lying awake in my bed for a long time, where I finally fell asleep. I still don't feel rested. Maybe because I stayed up all night the day before yesterday working on the Delphinus. I should head over to the port. If everything went according to schedule, the modifications should be finished by now. This is a plan without flaw or possibility of error. I love it. Experimental upgrades to our already incredibly experimental boat. Oh, that's a nice tent. I don't put much truck in the fortune teller. We will, as ever, check in briefly with whatchamacallit, with Osman, see if she has any new items for us. We're good for weapons, so Ryokan can just keep, not being the voice of Aku from Samurai Jack. Nope, same stuff, same stuff. Oh, wrong button. Yeah, we'll bring lots of gold with us. Think of how much gold there will be in deep sky. All of it, I assume, right? Like, anything that gets spent eventually gets lost in there. That's how economics work. I don't make the rules. I just steal it. Has anyone ever taken the staircase down on Crescent Island? No. I do not believe so. Hey, Brabham, is it going to work?
Yeah, we finished modifying the Delphinus right on time. Lower the pressure shutters.
Happy Meme Dolphin will go where no Happy Meme Dolphin has gone before. Alright, that's cool. That's cool. They didn't need to animate it, but they did.
Start the submergence engine. Well, what do you think? We've successfully converted the Delphinus into a cloud-delving machine.
Good job, Brabham. Now we'll be able to enter deep sky. You really are the best.
Why, thank you, little lady. Before you go, I heard there's some sort of vortex near Shrine Island. You might be able to submerge through there.
The vortex near Shrine Island? Got it. Alright, everyone, let's get going. Nice.
Wait a second. Actually, there's something important that I wanted to talk to you about. I must return to Valua. I cannot travel with you any longer. This will be my last voyage with you aboard the Delphinus.
What?
Galcian and the Armada freed themselves from the control of the Valuan Empire, and are acting on their own free will. Galcian probably has some sort of terrible scheme planned. I must return to Alua and report this news to my mother. He must be stopped.
You can't! It's too dangerous, Enrique!
I know the dangers that I face, and I'm sure that my mother won't readily listen to anything I have to say. But I am still the Prince of Alua. It is my duty to go.
Yes.
Enrique?
Princess, do not worry about me. I don't plan on dying just yet. I will return. This, I swear.
No.
Yes.
Nice. After we can find his sheep, could you bring me to Sail's Island? I'll be able to borrow a sheep there.
I hope you know what you're doing. I'd be all like, oh no, Enrique has left the party. I'm going to miss him so much. Though he's still sailing with us for this next jaunt. And when Enrique leaves the party, we get to recruit Gilder again. And I'm not saying Enrique's not cool. I like Enrique a lot. His set of super moves are genuinely, genuinely better for some of the harder fights than anybody else. But Gilder's awesome. Oh, that's why I was working. I was headbutting the Dark Rift. Which, we could fly over. And we're just cruising all stealth. Alright, let's consult a map. Oh yeah, we're just a little wildly to the east of where we need to be. Due west. That's Sailor's Island, and we actually, we ran into the terrible vortex while we were trying to get to Dangral, so it's right around here. More west. Oh, that's the Grand Fortress. A little too far. It would be super funny to just, pop out behind that Valuan spellship like a shark. Like, hey, yo! What are you doing? That's all right. They've conveniently finished their They also spent the 10 days building plot-relevant things. Here we go, here we go, here we go! Now we're going to see if those crazy old men successfully upgraded the boat, or if we explode immediately. My money's on explode immediately. That's an ominous. Ooh, boy. The vortex it is. Oh, I like this plan. I'm happy to be part of it.
Do we really have to go in through that vortex? I'm afraid that I don't know anything about the deep sky. I'm a little scared.
The world beneath the clouds, where not even light can reach.
Alright, we're going under. We have to find finest ship. Close the pressure shutters. Vice is the only one having fun, and I kind of respect that.
Start the submergence engine. Submerge!
Who wants to play those eights and aces? Who wants a raise? Who needs a stake? Who wants to take that long shot gamble? Headed down to Fire Lake. So this is the world beneath the clouds. It's kind of creepy. It's mud and corpses.
The surface is covered with a thick layer of mud. Tiniest ship is probably stuck in it somewhere.
How are we supposed to look for finest ship down here? It could be anywhere.
Don't worry. Problem told me before that we left, he installed something he called Moonstone Sonar into the Delphins. It's a device that uses the energy from Moonstone to detect physical objects. You can use it by pressing the B button.
Yeah, I'll you know what? I won't josh him for giving us tutorial.
Once you press the button, the sonar will send out a wave of energy. If it affects anything, the question mark will appear on the map. But if it doesn't find anything, nothing will happen. You need to send out a few sonar waves as we move around, in order to try and pinpoint where the object is. Then once we've narrowed the location down, press the A button to lower the crane.
We have a crane? We just took the one from the dock?
If there's something underneath the mud, the crane should pull it out.
I see. Find it with sonar, pull it up with the crane. Easy squeezy.
The sonar uses a lot of energy, so we can only use it 10 times. But if we go back above the clouds, we can recharge the sonar and use it for 10 more tries.
So if we run out of sonar charges, we just go back up, huh? Okay, let's start searching.
And I guess everyone remember, if we do have to go back up, it is the furthest whatchamacallit, lower left-hand quadrant. I mean, think we're going to be getting a lot of misses on this claw. Let's see. Oh. Alright, we found a rare material. We found trouble. Oh, I love it and I hate it. A Raja. Okay, cool. Oh, I forgot to put Urala back into active for the early spirit boost. We'll do it next time. Okay. Since we're starting with 15, we can actually use her immediately. Hey, here's a terrible monster. No, sir. I don't like it. But let's get us some focus and let's see how it goes. I mean, it's kind of cute. I hate to open up with giant cannons on it. That's you know, my opinion's changing rapidly. Oh, it's harmless. It's a little baby. Yeah, okay, it's a threat if we let it do that to us 25 times without healing. You know, yeah, no, I feel bad about this now. Oh, okay, it's preparing a bigger attack. Yeah, this is a real emotional roller coaster for me as your captain. I don't know. Haven't I done enough damage to the wildlife? The answer is no, comma, and never. Nice if it stays broadside on us. We are equipped for broadsides. Unlike a giant, what is that? Anglerfish manta ray? I'm a bit concerned that it exploded. Oh, whoops, I meant to use the sonar first. Oh, is that gonna happen every time we miss? Oh, that's less than ideal. Okay, well, I mean, we have a fine strategy for it, just a little bit more repetitive than I would like. That is cool. We'll survive. And in the meantime, going back to the classroom, one of our other lecture topics, appropriately enough, involves naval combat, and that is asking if I would talk about the the very dramatically named Rise of the Ironclads. Assuming someone saw that as like a, I don't know, a book title or something. Probably referring in that case to the Battle of Hampton Roads. Incorrectly stated as being the Monitor versus the Merrimack. That is actually the CSS Virginia and the USS Monitor. Merrimack did rebranding exercise for the Virginia. Anyway, doesn't matter. Doesn't mean I'm not going to tell you about it. But yeah, that is the United States Civil War. When the Union is strangling the Southern economy, largely paid for by export of cash crops, cotton, the most prominent amongst those, and the Confederacy decides that they would prefer not to have their entire export economy strangled due to the vast naval superiority of the Union. That is able to very effectively blockade the Mississippi River, southern ports, and keep them from trading with England. And in a bit of a, I'm not sure if ironic is what I would say, but in a bit of a repeat of the sensibilities of the United States Navy versus the British Navy during the Revolution, in that the British Navy was always going to outnumber, by sheer production volume and population, the colonies, the Continental Navy. Well, the same was true. Ugh, our gunners are not earning their pay. Hopefully we'll get them in the last one. But the Confederacy was looking for the same solution. They wanted a material advantage of a small number of ships that would be able to deal with the very, very large number of blockade ships. Oh, that's a broadside. Cannons and torpedoes. There we go. 20,000 without the Flintstone cannon. That's what I'm talking about. And remember, okay, I'm gonna actually remember to put, well, to fix the boat and to put Polly into, or Urala into active crew so that we can boost our spirit more efficiently. That is Cook. Yep. But yeah, the boat fixed, okay. And remember, it is B to use sonar. Okay, it's a little bit super rude if I'm gonna get snaked by that thing like every time we miss when there are this many potentials. Oh, apparently true. Wow. Alright, crew, well, smoke him if you got him. Captain's gonna be here for a little while. But right back to discussion. Yeah, so the Union Navy, the United States Navy, is going to be larger and quantitatively better than the Confederacy. So they decide that what they want is a small number of very potent vessels that will allow them. They don't have to win a high seas naval war. They just have to be able to break the Union blockade. So that they don't have to rely on blockade runners and very small-scale smuggling to move their cash crops out to the European markets. They just have to be able to punch holes in the blockade directly and get, cargo convoys out into the Atlantic. And there are throughout the course of the war, there are a couple of interesting attempts at this. The first submersible, and it feels very appropriate, given that we have turned Delphinus into basically a submarine, is the Hunley. a narrow wooden cigar tube-looking structure filled with men with like bicycle pedals and a drive shaft, effectively. That was absolutely a flooding, terrible death trap, which you could not get me, you could not pay me to go into. But all advances in nautical warfare start somewhere. The much more effective at actually doing some real damage is the conversion of the CSS Virginia into an ironclad. What's an ironclad? Okay, so wooden-hulled sailing ships, wooden ships and iron men, as the British were fond of saying throughout the Great Age of Sail up to this point. The idea of up-armoring ships with metal was not new, and the classification of ships called windjammers from this time period frequently would have, like, right at the waterline, a relatively narrow, just metal plate, like a band of metal right around where they'd be most likely to be rammed or have, like, waterline hits of cannon fire. The first true ironclad is the CSS Virginia, and they go a different route. They reinforce pretty much every exposed hull surface with metal plating. She is clad in iron. It's right there in the name. Interior still has what would be recognizable as, like, interior guns, and I think like four cannons, maybe 6. This is going to be so silly. We're gonna do this one. We're gonna try one more, and then I am going to be going back up to the surface to save my game. If I cannot do that down here, I don't know if this counts as explorable space, and there's a non-zero chance that I will finish this off screen if we don't get it on the next one. Because I could set up a like an automatic controller, just literally the same inputs every time. Anyway, but yeah, you can find photography exists at this time. You can find pictures of the Virginia, and slope, like slanted, exposed deck, no sails. She's steam driven. Head sails originally was a square-rigged vessel. Those were taken down for her conversion to an ironclad, and shrugs off cannon fire. Is actually very, very successful in her intended role. Manages to sink several U.S. naval ships that are part of the blockade. I think the USS Congress, if I'm remembering, and then a couple of other. The Houston, maybe? I don't know the exact list of the previous day, like the first day of the battle Hampton Roads, where it is the Virginia beating up standard wooden-hulled sailing ships, and they can't do anything to her. They're not really equipped for, like, fast boarding actions. That's not a thing in the warfare at the time. And that would be really about the only weakness would be trying to get Marines on board, because their cannons lacked powder charges or armor-piercing shells, which you genuinely didn't bring if you were planning on fighting other vessels at the time, because everybody was made of wood. How quickly that would change. So the Virginia wreaks holy havoc, but the Union is also experimenting with a ironclad design as well. Now that is the USS Monitor. This is the flat bottom, zero draft barge with like a turret on it, a little round, all metal, goofy looking gun turret. That is like the entire exposed superstructure of the Monitor. And unlike the Virginia, which is one of the tall ships that's been converted into an ironclad, The Monitor is built hull up as a all-metal vessel. It is going to be, that it is steam-powered. It has propellers. And the... Ugh. Okay, it's because we're down in the dark. Our accuracy is terrible. The idea is that it only has, I want to say, 2 cannons, like side by side in its little super cute little turret, because the idea is that, well, you don't need the great punishing broadsides of the Age of Sail, because this super tiny little low-profile self-powered ship, which can ignore the weather. Well, it can ignore wind. It's very vulnerable to the weather, as it turns out. Almost no hull to speak of. But can just drive up really close, get behind the sailing ship, and has a couple of really large bore cannons, because it only carries 2 of them. Still doesn't have armor-piercing shells. So the Battle of Hampton Roads, the famous first modern naval engagement, the Battle of the Ironclads, is 2 ships that cannot meaningfully hurt each other with their available armaments, with their cannons. And they spent like 3 or 4 hours just bouncing old-timey cannonballs off of each other. Torpedo wouldn't let me down. Thank you, Torpedo. And it's as silly as you can possibly imagine. This goes on long enough that there's crowds of people watching from the shore. The press is taking notes. There's photography of this very slow-paced naval engagement. Because again, these ships cannot meaningfully harm each other. And they both get bored. They run low on powder and shot, and it's getting late in the day, and they end up. Okay, this is down in this corner. This is our last attempt before I am. Okay, yeah, I can't save the game here. I'll go back to the surface if this isn't it. Cross your fingers. Alright, one more dumb manta fight. This is a silly mechanic. There needs to be a way to tell the difference between just dud spaces and fish. We'll scan a little more with the sonar, but yeah, this I will do. I will finish this segment off camera. Or at least just like hunt up an old strategy guide and find out what segment it is, because this is silly. But for now, let's blow up another manta. What are we doing to this terrible low-altitude ecosystem? This is all that's down here. We're hunting them to extinction. But no, the Battle of Hampton Roads is inconclusive in a tactical sense. Neither ship is sunk. Neither can meaningfully harm the other. The Virginia has more guns, but the Monitor is a low target profile. There's very little bit to hit. It has a swiveling turret, so regardless of what firing arc it puts itself in, it can keep bouncing shells off of the Virginia. Nothing happens. Eventually, both captains break contact, and they kind of have a mutual misunderstanding about what they're even trying to accomplish there. And the Monitor pulls back because, well, as far as they're concerned, I mean, all right, this Confederate ironclad is contained. The rest of the blockade has moved outside of its immediate engagement range, so the rest of the fleet is relatively safe, and they can, pull back, rearm, bring in more ships, bring in ships with, armor-piercing shells available, and, give Johnny Reb a proper shellacking. And the Virginia sees that this Union ironclad, the Monitor, is pulling back off of the engagement. Sure, they're still floating, they're still under power, but that's fine. They've been scared away. They've been scared off station, and so that means that the Confederacy won. And the Union says, well, the blockade has been maintained. We're still floating, and because we're still here, the monitors still here, still armed. It's not like they can move any of their cargo ships through. So, all right, fine. There's this dumb ironclad, but you can't meaningfully break the blockade while the monitor is part of that blockade. So they say, yeah, no, we won. So, and this is what happens. Both the Confederate Navy and the Union Navy will look at the events of Battle of Hampton Roads and will both just claim victory and say, yeah, no, we won. It is perhaps more heralded as a mighty victory in Union newspapers at the time, considering the Virginia isn't sunk in this exchange. But it is a rare, I guess you could say, double victory. That's at the tactical level. If we're talking about the strategic outcome, that is, I mean, that one can pretty much only go to the Union because the blockade of southern ports was still in place. That didn't change. But that is the start of the age of what we would call like modern naval warfare, as ships, regardless of how inconclusive the actual fight between Monitor and Virginia is, it is so publicized. It is recognized by naval strategists that, okay, well, this is obviously we need to upgun the vessels that are going to be our ironclads, but as a proof of concept, soundproofing. I'll check what that is next time. As a proof of concept of just what you can accomplish with an ironclad, in the sense of how much punishment they can absorb, and how what could be done with that with a better oh wait, hang on. Is this literally Minesweeper? Was I doing it wrong? Oh. Okay. Interesting. Okay, so you can clear some of the false contacts with additional sonar after you have cleared a space next to them, which is what worked in the south. Okay. Well then, all right, because this one didn't disappear. I know I said I was only going to do one more. I'm only going to do one more this time. I've got a good feeling about it. I'm noticing it's a blue X and not a red X. Wait.
The crane grabbed onto something.
Pull it up. Okay. Nice boat.
Yay! You did it! It's finest ship.
I'm as surprised as anyone, Aika. Great job. Aika, hurry and get it on board. How? We can't leave the ship. We'll be crushed instantly. Fina, you'll finally be able to get home with this. That thing you weren't at all happy about.
Yes, thank you very much.
Face of just abject. Oh yeah, that's not a happy smile. That's a sad smile.
This means that I'll have to leave you.
Yeah, hey Vice, you want to keep chewing? I think you still got a couple of toes attached to the foot that's in your mouth. Fine, Dude, she's into you.
What was that? There's an explosion off the port bow. Vice, something's coming.
Ah, now here's a ship battle with some teeth.
I found you, Ice. I still haven't forgotten what you did to my ship, the Chameleon, at Arcadia.
Yeah, we beat you twice.
This underworld will be your grave. I shall have my revenge. Revenge!
That was the ship that Deloco was building at Dangral. Alright, well, shoot him. Nika, you secure finest ship?
Yes, it's on board already.
Alright, all hands to battle stations. So a chance to finally rid the world of that psycho. Visibility's poor, so it'll be hard to hit him when he's far away. Try and attack, close range. Yeah, we do that anyway. We get in there, we grab him by the hip. That's a new primary armament. I see he traded out the flamethrower.
Vice, Vice, Vice. The day for you to die is finally here. I'll destroy you, and your ship, and your crew, and I'll kill you.
Well, never changed Loco. Oh, we don't get the whatchamacallit, details of his actions because we can't see what he's doing. That's fine. We'll brute force this. Heal, we will apply... I forget what kind of grease. I think machine... No, rudder grease slows spirit consumption. Yeah, we'll just start using cannons on it. I'm really bad at Minesweeper. Man, I haven't played that game in a while. How many poor manta ray monsters did we slay? 5? 6? Even with my reputation for hostility towards the wildlife, that was excessive, and I do thank you for your forbearance. Also, we are past the 2-hour mark. We will finish up Deloco. We will save as soon as possible. Also, we will actually be finishing off Deloco. He's not walking away from this one. I'm tired of this guy. Had about enough of this dude.
Vice, the visibility is so poor I can't see anything. I don't know what's going on outside.
If the enemy ship is too far away, it will be impossible to see through the clouds. We'll never be able to lock on with our cannons. Our only chance is to wait until the loco is close to us. Watch his maneuvering patterns closely.
Well, that's a fine suggestion, but we can't, we can't see them, so... So we're going to take what is a manual solution and just start putting enough rounds downrange. Oh, yeah, this is a good time to be using sub-cannons. He's right there. Oh, wow. That hurt. his boys are hampered too. Yeah, geez, we got to abuse complete kits because when he gets a piece of us, that hurts us too. Now would have been the appropriate fight to talk about the Virginia versus the Monitor, because this is two vessels having a slap fight with very little ability to destroy each other. Or I could be wrong. I'll take a win.
No, no, no! How could the Chameleon be defeated 3 times? Not 1 time, not 2 times, but 3 times? This can't be, this can't be, this is all just a dream, it's a delusion, I refuse to believe it.
Admiral, get a hold of yourself. I think that's the same bit they do every time, is Admiral, get a hold of yourself. Admiral, are you alright?
This time, near the device, I prepared something special just for you. It's not over yet, Snake. I still have one last trick up my sleeve. Fire the Deloco harpoon cannon!
Oh, he's just stealing our name.
What's that? I shall defeat you with a harpoon cannon, just like you defeated me. I'll get you this time, I'll get you.
Oh, okay. I mean, if he wants a knife fight in a phone booth, I'm perfectly happy to oblige him. Oh, are we trading broadsides while we're connected to each other? Okay. I'm not sure this was a winning choice. But you know what?
I'll allow it.
We have a nice meal from Morala. We're gonna get everything good and lubricated, and then we're just gonna start punching each other directly in the nose at point blank range. Man, Lord Nelson would approve the heck out of this mode of warfare. Oh no, we can't use our magic cannon. Whatever will we do? Also, it's counter to the engagement. It would be like it would be what a set piece if you had the option of like boarding the Chameleon, just having to scurry across the chain connecting the two ships at this point. Okay, Deloco, you wanted this fight. We want a good, clean fight. Ooh, that was spicy. top ourselves up for good measure. Put enough rounds down range. This should do it, because I think a single sub-cannon hit will end the fight at this point. That does, of course, require the cannons to hit. How to talk to our gunners. They're either drinking too much or not enough. I suppose with as much as we've been using the cannons and all the manta rays around here, they're probably red hot to the touch. There we go. Yeah, we should do something about that chain before he drags us down into the mud with him. Ah, well. Ooh, we got a twin turbo. We upgrade this thing like a Camaro. Classic cars. Bye, Deloco. This is actually a horrifying way to die. Simultaneously burning, drowning, and being crushed by atmospheric pressure, hitherto unknown to man. It's all just a bad dream. Tell me this is all just a bad dream! At least he got to go out doing the same bit that he enjoyed so much. Looks like that's the end of Bubblehead. Yeah. That was a tough fight. If we took on too much damage, we would have been stuck down here. Well, your sea finest ship. Let's go back up. This place gives me the creeps. This is where we started, so this should be the Ascension? Yes. Alright, alright, alright. Let's never go back down there. Deep sky is lousy. I didn't even like manta rays. I guess it was kind of cute. Alright, we are back out. Okay, cool, cool, cool. Then we are saving, and we are calling it there for the evening. Thanks for everybody who stuck with us through the, interminable claw game of Fish Battle. But we have Finest Ship. We picked up I think it's a rare crafting material. We got lucky on that one draw earlier on. I'll talk with the swordsmith back in, Crest Nile. Next time, we'll be dropping off Enrique at Sailor's Island, and then there's a non-zero chance that we're going to space. That should be super rad. The reason Fine has never been terribly impressed by sailing, yeah, she's seen it before. Anyway, that is where we are for tonight. Thank you all for joining, and as ever, take care of yourselves, take care of each other. Fair winds, following seas, and I will catch you in the next one.